Assembly, real-time custom rods, starting a new rod, and I'm going to be doing a Chevron wrap on this. I'm going to be laying it out, and I think I'm going to lay it out on, this is a very narrow rain shadow blank, which typically they are, but I'm going to lay it out a little bit longer than wider. I'm probably going to lay out on 2-inch increments instead of 1.5 inches and see where that goes. So y'all stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay, I got my red thread out. Put it right up next to the blue, underneath it. If you do it just right, this line, thread will fall in right close. I think this one down here is off just a little, just because thread just doesn't lay down like down here like it does at the other end. It's the only thing I can figure. Put it right up next to the blue, underneath it. If you do it just right, this line, thread will fall in right close. I think this one down here is off just a little, just because thread just doesn't lay down like down here like it does at the other end. It's the only thing I can figure. If you're having to bob and weave a little bit to meet your crosses and meet your marks, it's usually an indication they're not measured just right. Most of the time when my line starts crossing up, like this red on top of another one, it's because I let my left hand get a little too close to the blank and it just doesn't flow as well when I do that. It's the kind of thing you do enough, you get a feel for it. And you really do get better with every one you do. love going right through here on this wrap because everything falls right into place. I know those lines are marked off just right when they do that. As far as these wraps go, don't be too intimidated to try one if you hadn't, because in the overall scheme of things, they're really not that hard to do. Time consuming, absolutely. They are that for me. Watching one guy who was very good. He's only done a couple of videos. Those rods, and he did one. He said he can do one in 8 minutes. Now, he said when he started, it took him 30 or 45, but I've done several. I can't do one in 30 or 45, much less 8. I don't know that I'll ever get to 8. But he was rolling right on through that one. Check him out. He's Real Blessed, I think it's called. Real Blessed Custom Rods. I think he's got maybe 2 videos out. I don't know. He's very good. I wish he had some more out. I could learn from him. Okay, I got a white border, aquamarine red, dark blue. I'm gonna go with this bluish green. See how that's gonna work out. It's basically down on bottom, up on top. Till you fill it in and you can get it like you want it. Take your time. Like I've said on other videos, 90% of the mistakes I make when I look back on something, didn't double check my figure, didn't do something, did it too fast, got in a hurry. Do not get in a hurry. If you want to do something fast, take up motocross. Because it's not rod building. Okay, I've gone through all my, well, if you count the white, I've gone through 5 colors. I'm going to start back over now. The first color after white was what I'm calling aqua blue, so I'm going to put another 4 strands of that on there. See a lot of real fancy chevrons and all kinds of wraps that one day I'd like to learn to do, but I just don't know that I've got the experience right now to do all that, or the know-how. One thing about this business though, a lot of people really seem sincere to help you. People you don't even know online, things like that. You can reach out, and once in a while somebody won't reach back, but most of the time the folks will reach out and help you. So I hope I get one day where I can do the same thing. Okay, got my red going here. going to carry it down the bottom, come up on the top. Got off a little bit there. Things are just a touch off at this end. They're not laying as good as they do at the other end. It's not really noticeable, but I can feel it when I start laying this thread down. Like I said, I just don't want to come up on the top and fit together. A little bit there. Things are just a touch off at this end. They're not laying as good as they do at the other end. It's not really noticeable, but I can feel it when I start laying this thread down. Like I said, I just don't want to fit together quite right. Okay, getting the blue going next to the red. Like I said, one of the mistakes I make is my hand tends to, as I wind this rod or twist, rotate the rod, it tends to draw my hand closer, and it really doesn't lay as well up close like that, which is a little different than when you're normally wrapping. You want your hand up there getting it just right. I live in a small town in eastern North Carolina called New Bern, actually a little town called Vanceboro. You just don't run up to the corner store and buy rod building equipment. So everything you do, you have to think way ahead. Get stuff ordered way ahead of time. That's a little hard to do because you don't always know on thread and things like that exactly what you're going to need. Never tried more than 4, mainly because I don't know what that would do to my pattern. It had such a wide, reach a point where it's too wide with every pass. Keep hitting the camera, folks, I'm sorry. Now we got this bluish green that getting a little low. I'll do it until it runs out. Got some more ordered. I like that color. Okay, I've got this tied off. Like I said, folks, I apologize. The camera keeps cutting off because of the heat, it says. What I basically did is had a white and a blue, one of these blues, ran them parallel to each other, just to give it a little different look. Okay, folks, had another little problem. I had my GoPro on and it turned right back off, and I didn't realize it until I got finished with everything. But what I've done, to give you an idea, is I finished these threads off. I wasn't happy with the way they looked, so I did this one. Got a little, I call it a baseball thread down here, stitch, olive branch some people call it, and down here I just simply did the grayish green and tied it off like I did the guides. So I'm going to put epoxy on it, so while I mix that up, y'all stand by. Okay, going to get some epoxy on here, and I tend to put it under power when I do this, so that's what I'm going to do. I can get it smoothed out a whole lot better under power. I got a little fuzzy right down here that I'm going to have to deal with. Got all the epoxy on, got the dryer motor on. Gonna let it twirl a little bit. I'm waiting for this epoxy to get a lot thicker. I'm gonna do a epoxy ramp right there, and it needs to be fairly thick, almost like honey. And I'm from New Bern, North Carolina. It is the birthplace of Pepsi, right here in my hometown. Just thought I'd throw that tidbit of trivia out there for you. They call these winding checks. You can buy, I don't know, I guess they're aluminum. You can get the real inexpensive black. It's really just a a little piece of, I don't even know what it is, some kind of a plastic or a rubberized round seal that goes in the air. Looks like a little bit of a bushing, but okay, folks, this has been one of those days where I have just had camera problems. It turns off for no reason. I didn't realize that the card was full when it turned off. I heard it beep. I told it to start recording and it beeped. But it was telling me it was full. So anyway, I finally finished the ramp, just to give you an idea of what that looks like. I was starting to put the epoxy on this when it stopped recording. Gives you an idea of what I wanted to finish. So this, again, I can't say enough about the Gen 4 epoxy. This is as bright and clear of a finish of the ones I've ever used. And this is the 4th different one I've tried. I'm not going to mention any names because in all fairness, it may be my high humidity, high heat, 95 plus days with high humidity that's causing the other ones not to perform like they should. This one doesn't have a problem with that. So anyway, this has turned out to be a fairly long video. So I've got some editing to do to get it, even if someone sticks with it long enough to see the end of this. I'd like to say thank y'all for viewing. If you like what you see, leave me a comment, hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe, click on the bell and hit all. You'll get all my little crazy videos that come through if you do that.